So you see, after we finish learning all their science and everything, you realize that this area, this area, this creative arts area.
I totally agree. I totally agree. If we all went into the sciences and all the others who be making us
the creative space is taking over. Science rules, but creative is taking over.
I agree. Thank you also to the global, the global.
Yes. So let me say good morning to Esiedua. Thank you so much as well for my makeup. Anyway, with that out of the way, and don't forget the show is probably brought to you by Fan Milk as well. Fan Milk is allowing you to place an order and have some Fan Milk products brought to your home. I'll tell you how that happens later on in the show.
And also, I'm still reminding you that you need to purchase CB Men capsule for the man. If not for somebody at least recommend it to somebody who's struggling with every urinal problem, wearing a catheter maybe because of surgery, or they're struggling with urinating. We recommend CB Men capsule for them. And also for the women, at least it helps curb the pain during your period, and even helps stop all of those unfortunate itches and discharges at the end of the month. And also CB soap for manicure and pedicure. You can call them on 0247 311 671, 0247 311 671. Yeah.
Well, anyway, Jennifer from our Prime Sports team has decided to go on a fitness level, but anyway, Jamal does it better.
It's all about the shake-up.
Good morning, lovely viewers. We're here again, my team and I. We're here to give you the shake-up. It's all about the shake-up, the morning workout. So you ready? My team are ready. 1, we go 2, good, 3, side, 4, nice one, 5, 6, let's go, 7, 8, 9, 10, very good, very good. Okay, so now let's go. We go 1, let's go, change to the side, 2, we go 3, very good, 4, let's go, 5, 6, very good, 7, 8, 9, 10, very good. Give me 5 more, 1, we go 2, 3, very good, 4, 5, 6, let's go, 6, okay, very good, very good, very good. Now let's go, warm up, let's go, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's go, give me 10 more, go, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now watch. Let's go. Open. We go. Let's go. Go. Keep going. Okay. Start counting. 1. Let's go. 2. We go. 3. Let's go. 4. Good. 5. Let's go. 6. 7. Let's go. 7. Go. 8. 9, 10, let's go, give me 10 more, go, 10 more, 1, let's go, 2, let's go, 3, 4, nice one, 5, 6, go, 7, let's go, 7, 8, 9, 10, very good, 10, now pick it up, let's go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go, face this side, let's go. Keep going, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Give me 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good, let's go. We have 2 more, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. 6. Go. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, last one. Let's go. Keep going, don't stop. That's the last one. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Very good. Stretch, stretch. 10 seconds rest. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Stretch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it up. Let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, change. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. All right, up, up, up. Okay, let's go. Stretch up. Yeah, let's go. Up. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Take it same way. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, change. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Let's go. Let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Very good. Let's go. Go. Side. Let's go side. Side. Now we go with the waist. Let's go. 1, 2. We go. 3. We go. 4. Okay. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Okay. Thank you for watching. Catch you same time tomorrow. It's all about the SHAKEUP. Stay safe.
Well, now you see what Jennifer's been going through every single morning, following Jamal's footsteps. So we're giving her about 2 months to see a change in her.
It doesn't even make any sense because she eats Eddie's pizza in the morning.
And she gets an extra one.
She eats so much, and then in the evening she's eating fresh yogurt.
So she's on a cycle.
Basically, she can't lose what she doesn't have, so she needs to gain it before she can lose the weight.
I know, but anyway, good
Jamal
morning to
must be
you.
struggling.
Well, anyway, Jamal comes your way every morning, like I keep saying, so you can catch him here with his team to give us some basic tips on how to keep fit. Well, this morning, jumping into our daily nuggets. 7-5, you're ready?
Okay, so today's daily nugget is by Will Smith, my favorite, and then he said something really simple. Let's go for daily nuggets. Now he says, Jay, listen, don't chase people. Be yourself. Do your own thing and work hard. The right people, the ones who really belong in your life, will come to you and stay. And this is by Will Smith. I like to take that again. Don't chase people. Be yourself, do your own thing and work hard. The right people, the ones who really belong in your life, will come to you and stay.
Yeah, but I have a problem with it small. Because the people who are coming into your life, I mean, they are chasing. So what advice should they use?
They will come. Chasing is different from coming. You're not a girl, so you don't understand it.
Well, anyway, great words coming out from Carol Smith. Yes, that's his middle name, Carol. So it's Willard Carol Smith Jr. And he was born on the 25th of September in 1968. And of course, we all know him to be an American actor and a rapper as well.
Is he? I thought his kids were rappers. I didn't know that.
Oh, well, yeah, he raps. I mean, Will Smith. And
oh, okay. Wow. Okay, let's have some fun facts about him. Will is the only actor to have 8 consecutive films gross over $100 million in the domestic box office, 11 consecutive time film gross over 150 million internationally, and 8 consecutive films in which he starred opening at the #1 spot in domestic box office tally. Now, Jay, you want to help me with that?
Well, yes, in April 2007. Now, this is the good news. So, Newsweek actually called him the most powerful actor in Hollywood and has been ranked as the most bankable star worldwide by Forbes. Well, the guy is making money.
Oh, wow.
A lot of money.
I nearly thought it was Denzel, apparently as well. Wow.
Well,
then I definitely would take his advice that don't chase people.
Don't chase people.
Yeah.
Well, lastly, he has been nominated for 5 Golden Globe Awards and 2 Academy Awards and has won 4 Grammy Awards as well.
There's a caveat to it. We're not saying don't chase us. So. This is on behalf of the women. We're not saying don't chase us. Okay.
Chase.
You chase, but it's the other way around.
The other way around.
Yeah.
Very interesting analysis by MFR. Anyway.
We're ready for News Flash. Stay with us. Welcome back, and we're just going to update you quickly with news making headlines in and in front of the newspapers. And I'm starting with the Daily Graphic this morning. Still news on COVID-19 and safety measures. Now, so SHS enforced protocols. Now, there's a photo of some students here, Amanfo Senior High Technical School in Sunyani, washing their hands before being allowed to enter the compound yesterday. You can see Veronica buckets, soap and tissues, and they are all lined up with their face masks, washing their hands before they enter the campus. And that's good to know. Also, Professor Adai, former rector of GIMPA, has said that we should restructure public basic school system. And this is on page 16 of the Daily Graphic. And also the Foreign Ministry is still reminding and telling us that government has no hand in demolishing of property. That's the property or the structure that was pulled down some days ago, the Nigerian High Commission. Yes, sadly. And so they're just telling us that the government has no hand in it. And stranded in the middle page of the Daily Graphic as well, stranded Ghanaian Germans evacuated to Germany. Okay, so persons who were in Ghana, but the Ghanaian and German citizens as well, yes, having evacuated back to Germany.
Okay, so those who are in Ghana and West Africa.
Yes, yes. I think we're making some headway. I think those are the major news. I'm going to have to go to you whilst I still scan through to see if I find something interesting.
Fantastic. Well, real quickly, not too much here, but the Daily Searchlight has some real exciting headlines as well. So NPP condemns violence during parliamentary primaries. And of course, the party has come out to say that to rebuke its party members who resorted to violence to express their displeasure post-parliamentary primaries. Read more on that story on the front page of the Daily Searchlight, as well as enthusiasm at primaries shows MPP zeal to retain power, says Nana Akufo-Addo. And so it's picture at the front page of the Daily Searchlight. Major stories here. Also, NDC, banking crisis. Mahama will pay customers cash in full if. You can read that story also on page 3 of the Daily Searchlight here.
Okay, so also quickly in front of the BNFT, banks' profitability growth slashed by more than half, and operating expense shoots to near double. That's not some good news. However, details of this is on page 3 of the BNFT Business and Financial Times this morning. Now, bonds needed to inject fresh liquidity into African economies. I mean, that's clear to know we definitely need to inject more monies into the economy because of COVID-19. And let me see what's happening in the middle page. Well, the middle page has got a tall list of some microfinance companies. Okay, that's quite some detailed story over there. But somebody's also highlighted agricultural finance constraints and innovative models on page 10 of the BNFT this morning. All right. Yep.
Well, a very interesting one here, MFR, in front of the Daily Statesman. It says from the majority leader, Osei Mensah Bonsu. Now, he says defeat of experienced MPs is a setback. Says majority leader. Now you do know that the longer you stay in parliament or in politics, the more experienced you become. So with the injection of new and younger people who won the MPs or the persons who won the primaries, it's a setback for the MPP as well. Well, anyway, you can read that story on page 3. It's quite interesting.
Oh.
I thought it was vice versa, that we're excited about having new people, come into...
I'm still excited.
Yes, the likes of...
I'm still excited.
There are a lot of them, And more stories here on the front of the Daily Statesman. Join hands for decisive victories as a president as he charges NPP faithfuls. Also, government provides 1,190 vehicles for free SHS program. Also on the front of the Daily Statesman this morning. Now, a compilation of 2020 voters register. Important announcement from the EC says as part of its efforts to ensure a free and fair and transparent, peaceful elections in Ghana this year, the EC the registration will take place at all registration centers throughout the country from Tuesday, 30th June to Thursday, the 6th of June, as it outlines more important information on the front of the Daily Statesman. So you can grab a copy of that as well. Let's move on. Okay,
so I'm just going to go into the middle page of the Chronicle as well, and the autopsy report on murdered Ofankor tenants is ready, and this is by the police. It's quite a lengthy one. However, you can find it on page 8 of the Chronicle. And also, another story caught my attention. Okay, so Angelina Jolie opens up on her split up with Brad Pitt.
Oh.
Yeah, I was happy that they broke up because, that's my all-time crush after Samini and after. It's the tallest. But
that is Brad Pitt.
Yes. If I go to foreign, the palette will change when you travel. Yeah, Justin Bieber also denies 2014 sexual assault allegation. There's been some allegations. There's been so many rape allegations recently. The bunch is also under some sort of allegations.
Even right here in Ghana as well, member of Lamem gang, ex-member of Lamem gang.
Really?
Also facing some allegations of rape,
No way. Well...
Is the weather?
Is the weather?
That's not a good crowd.
Well, now
they should relax, man. It's not good. You can't just charge up on a woman like that.
It ain't gonna happen. It won't happen, really.
Like that.
I'm sure that after all these talks, yes, after all, recently there's been a lot of talk on rape and all of that. I think it's quite a wake-up call.
We have to skip this weather.
We should skip it. Let's skip June then. How will some of us be born? If you skip June.
Did you hear issues like this during the hammer time?
No.
That's just on the lighter note anyway.
Okay, so I've remained friends with all of my exes except one, and guess who's saying this? Naomi Campbell. So she's remained friends with all of her exes except one.
Wow.
Okay, so man sues Rich Hospital for 5 million Ghana cedis over wife's death. Wow, I think the Chronicle this morning is buzzing with some stories that you just might be interested in. And so you want to get a copy this morning, and the middle page is buzzing with a lot of stories. Yeah, Jay.
Well, let's move to the Ghanaian Times as well. So former President Mahama to unveil policies ahead of manifesto launch. It's on page 11. And also, parents must assist children to observe COVID-19 safety protocols. So do you recall yesterday we're having a discussion and a debate on this as to how the kids are going to take care of themselves when they get back to school. I think it's not only the teachers' responsibility, it also sits with parents to teach their children how to observe all the safety protocols. Read that story on page 12 of the Ghanaian Times. Also on the front page here, it says 4,500 Accra basic schools undergo disinfection by Zoom Lion. Front page here, so Osustu claims land, but Foreign Minister apologizes to Nigerian High Commission. Still that controversy on the demolition of the Nigerian High Commission recently. Read that story on page 11 here of Ghanaian Times. MFA, over to you.
Right, so finally for me is the New Crusading Guide this morning, and the president on page 3 congratulates NPP on successful primaries. people concerned about how persons were jubilating without observing the protocols. At least is impressed with how the primaries went. And also in the middle page is a photo of Dr. Matthew Opoku, Prempeh Education Minister. He says that government gives 1,000 vehicles to SHS schools. That's on the middle page. Also, we are reminded that government absorbs examination fees of 313,837 Ghana cedis.
313,800.
This is up in PPP.
800 and something.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for the SHS3 finalists. And also yesterday, ex-president Jared Rollins celebrated his 73rd birthday.
I saw a lot of people with pictures about with him.
Yes.
And I said, so people have...
We love him.
People took photos.
Papa J, we love him.
I know.
So happy belated. This is why June is very important. We can't skip it.
Well, my first birthday is on Thursday, so I'm only saying. So you can start the wishes from now and the birthday.
I've registered the mobile money number. I'll put it out tomorrow.
Yes, I have the phone. So
I've got the pin. That's it for me for the newspapers this morning.
Well, lastly, also here, Daily Guide. Mahama responds to government official one tag. Interesting story. You should read about it in the on page 3 of Daily Guide. Also, NDC CEO 15 million Ghana cedi deal rejected. 4,500. I mentioned this already. Also, same trending story here. Greater Accra schools disinfected. Also, Ayariga trial. Witness missing. It's on page 6 this morning of the Daily Guide. On the back page, so Jordan delighted over EPL record. Well, Fifi Anaman will give us more insights into sports. It's on the back page here. You can read that story as well. Also saw speedy recovery to Daniel Dazi. He's not too well, so he'll be joining us this morning on the show.
Daniel, get well soon, okay? Maybe we should send him some pizza. Yeah, from Eddie's Pizza.
CB men's capsule.
Oh, as for CB, it's a must. And he needs guaman, not fan milk. Guaman and pizza and CB.
You don't want to spoil him this morning with fan milk.
Me, myself, I'll buy him with a box. Just a box. I think he needs it. All right, so I'll buy one, get one free on Tuesdays and on Wednesdays. Eddie's Pizza at all Eddie's Pizza branches. Now you want to call 055-249-8103. 055-249-8103. Buy one, get one free. So it is Tuesday and Wednesday. If you bring me pizza on Thursday, I know that you bought it on Tuesday and on Wednesday and you got some for free and you kept it in your freezer and you're bringing it to me on Thursday because it's my birthday. I won't accept it. I want fresh one. And yeah, that's it.
Well, so I've been staring at you trying to figure this out. Have you heard about the Don't Leave Me challenge?
Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
You heard about it?
I have.
Well, we'll tell you more about it when we get to what's trending as well. And as well as many stories coming your way.
If I give, Jay.
Yes.
If I give life to a boy, what does that?
Life boy!
Don't leave me! Don't leave me! Let's go for a break. We'll come back shortly.
This is what too much data from Vodafone is like.
What? Message Jai, it became putu. You know what? There are plenty extravagant pre-wedding photo shoots on social media. They had all this lovey-dovey hashtag. Hashtag, I'm his fufu, she's my light soup. You see now? Message, their photos were everywhere. WhatsApp, hey. Instagram, way. Facebook, hey. Hey, this is my battery. After all this, the guy didn't even show up for his own wedding.
You better sit down for what I'm about to tell you. It is shocking. The man is...
Oh! Too much data is now double the data at the same price with too much data for the day and too much bonus from midnight till 4 a.m. Get 3GB data for 10 cedis, 8GB data for 20 cedis, and 20GB data for 50 cedis so you can stay home and stay connected. The only thing you need to worry about is keeping your battery up.
I like what I see. What are shape and curves.
Give me that. Oh.
It be water tank.
What a
Water tank get me that safe. Checking water level no wahala. I mean, it has water level indicator.
But my tank is full, and there's water in here. I can see from the level indicator.
This not be proper 3,000.
Look, bring the bowls, bring the saucepans, bring the gallons and everything, and let's collect all the water. This tank, when they say 3,000, it's 3,000. And you can see the water level indicator. You wouldn't need this thing again.
Beautiful, durable, with water level indicator and accurate volume of water, available in several sizes.
Water tank! Water tank!
By Duraplast.
Hello, Mom. Hey, Carol, Mom.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How's Dad?
Your dad is fine. And you have not sent me the money you promised.
I'm so sorry, Mama. I'm gonna do it today.
Send it now before you forget again.
Okay, no problems. I'll do it now. Check.
Are you sure?
Yes, so. And I also paid for your cable, and I'm sending you credit for this long call you're making right now.
Thank you, my son. God bless you.
Alright, Mama. I love you so much. I'll speak to you later.
When you drop, everybody know they tired. All of the girls go do anything for my love. All of the boys go do anything for the money. Then they dance to my music, then they show me love.
Chance here for Eto. Cameroon have the lead. And it's the man with the golden boots.
Le monde est bouleversé, mais l'esprit africain a toujours été fort. Restons tous connectés et proches des nôtres. Unis, l'Afrique vaincra. Son ennemi commun, le Covid-19. Notre Afrique doit rester soudée, afin que les Africains survivent ensemble. Ceci est un message pour la Royal Commonwealth Society Africa. N'oublie pas que tu es quelqu'un d'unique. À bientôt.
Over the past few weeks, Samuel Eto'o has donated over 100,000 PPEs and money to over 100,000 households in his native Cameroon. We thank him very much for this gift. But you don't have to be rich or famous to make a difference in your community or your country. Ordinary people do extraordinary things every day. And we're very happy to have Joy News and Joy FM to support us as we make a difference in people's lives, one person at a time. Stay safe, stay healthy, don't stigmatize, and always remember there's only one you.
Welcome again. Yes, we are live right here inside our studios. You're watching Prime Morning. My name is Jay Foley. Hey, follow me on social media. It's at JAYFOLEY2131. That's on Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram as well. You can find me Jay Foley 2131. Don't forget our social media handles are also very active. Joy Prime Official, and you can share it with us. Now later on, we are going to be talking to Yemi Alade all the way in Nigeria as well. She's got a brand new song titled Boys. I can't wait to hear that song as well. She tells us more about it via a Zoom conversation in a bit. Well, let's go into our very first story. So late yesterday, it was all over social media. If you didn't see, but let me just give you updates on it. So Kelvin Boy is back in the news as he was attacked in Ashaiman. So Afrobeat singer Kelvin Boy was attacked yesterday at an event inside Ashaiman by a man reported to be Stone Boy's former bodyguard. Now, the Mia hitmaker made an appearance at the launch of the new Electroland Ghana shop in Ashaiman, but was attacked. Now, Kelvin Boy's manager Diddy stated that the Kelvin Boy was set to grace the occasion of the opening of Electroland Ghana Limited branch in Ashaiman. However, he was attacked and the event was interrupted by Stone Boy's personal bodyguard, who insisted that Ashaiman was their territory. Hence, Kelvin Boy was not welcomed here. We've got a video for you. And I think in any way, by far, this is very wrong for that manager to have even done that. But anyway, that's how dancehall is. It's going to get pretty rowdy. But anyway, Stonebwoy has, management has also released a press statement saying that they had nothing to do with this incident as well. And whoever took part in it was not necessarily from Burniton Music Group. So you can get that press release later on our social media handles on IG. We'll definitely put it up for you to read it as well. Let's move on to other music stories. So Asem is still in the news and not only clapping back at Sarkodie, but now clapping back at Sarkodie's former manager, Sammy Forson. So Asem has blasted the former manager of Sarkodie after he advised him on Twitter to stop the continuous attacks on Sarkodie. Now, following the release of Sarkodie's new song with Manifest, Brown Paper Bag, if you do recall, we played it here for you. Now, Asem mocked Sarkodie for not making sense in the song while he hailed Manifest. Interesting. Now, in another tweet, Asem claimed the artwork was disrespectful to the political leaders whose images were depicted here. Then his rants compelled Sammy Forson to advise him to stop the numerous attacks on Sarkodie and concentrate on building his career and stay relevant in the game. After his comments, Asem heavily descended on him and disclosed how he begged him to be his manager, but he denied him that privilege. Interesting times we are in, aren't we? Let's go on to our next story. So Sally Gali is also in the news now. She turned herself into a barber after she tried to cut the hair of Fred Amugi, legendary Kenyan actor. So Sally Gali, in her quest to shave the hair of Mr. Fred Amugi, became a laughingstock as she struggled to do the needful. I think you should stick to acting, girl. Now, her husband, Prioritetia, instigated the mockery and pointed out how his wife has failed to do justice to a simple haircut. Now, he revealed Sally has been warning him that she will give him a nice haircut, not knowing she's such an unskilled barber. Let me say good morning to Celebrity Barber as well. Anyway, here is the video.
Mr. T, I can't say, because of the pin, they see my pump.
Well, whilst I sit and watch this interesting video, I'm trying to figure out something to join myself in the Don't Leave Me challenge. Anyway, that's my next story this morning. So, have you heard about the Don't Leave Me challenge? MFA just gave you an example that when you put life in a boy, what do you get? You get life boy. Well, it's a wordplay game that is actually trending lately on social media. Now, Don't Leave Me is a viral TikTok video that inspired a series of parodies on the platform in June 20, well, this month. Now, the videos typically feature one person making a wordplay joke, then running away while the other person filming yells, "Don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me." So on March 24th, if you can recall, Nigerian comedian Josh Too Funny uploaded a video with the caption, "Leave me alone," and the hashtag "Don't Leave Me" and "Don't Leave Me challenge. Now, in the video, he makes jokes using green leaves as a prop. So other social media users have accepted the challenge, making their own videos with the hashtag "Don't Leave Me." Hey, check some of them out right here on your screens.
Josh, how far now? Give us something to think about so we can take things away. Josh, say something now. Talk now. Can't you see? Can't you see I'm on leave? Wait. What are you doing?
I want to take my leave.
Hey! I can't believe this. I can't believe this, bro. What?
Don't disturb me. Live your life.
Oh, bro. Wait for me. Don't leave me.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Hey! Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Hey! Don't leave me. Hey! Look into the toilet. Watch the masterpiece. Hey! To unlock her lips, she need the master kiss. Hey! I'm all over the web. They're trying to Spider-Man. Hey! The goat is up and the ram are down. Hey! Don't leave me. Hey! Don't leave me. Don't leave me. I bought my home on loan. Call it home alone. Hey! The solo lose his friend. They go Solomon. Hey! Don't leave me. Hey! Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Okay, I study hard. I face my book. Facebook. Hey! Masquerade. Face mask. Hey! We Niger boys, we like to lay dust. Hey! Last time I was in Ghana, Chale Accra. Hey! Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Man, this is so hilarious. Coming up next is Prime Sports, but Fifi is here. Fifi, so let me try this. It might be boring, but let me just try it. What do you, when you go and stand outside a bar and you're calling it to come, what do you call it?
Backup.
No, Barbara. Don't leave me. I'm just kidding. Anyway,
That got me.
more of this on social media. Just go and type the hashtag Don't Leave Me and you find a lot of it. I don't know if there's some in sports, but anyway, coming up next, Fifi gives us more insights in sports as well. Fifi, over to you.
Thank you very much, Jay. Up next is Prime Sport. We'll be back in a moment. Good morning. It's time to talk some sports right here on Prime Morning. My name is Fifi Anaman. Let me tell you about Kudus Mohammed. We spoke about him on the show, I believe, 2-3 days ago, about him being named on the 50-man shortlist for Tuto Sports Best Young Player in the World. Now, guess what? He has gone on to score a brace in his next game. He also chalked an assist in that one. This was in Nordjylland's win against AAB. It was a 4-0 away win, and indeed, Kudus Mohammed scored the third and fourth goal. The 19-year-old former Right to Dream Academy trainee then notched up his fourth in the 58th minute, I should say, to silence the home crowd. Nordjylland will now climb into fourth position on the league log with 45 points after 29 games and a place in the Europa League qualification zone. Now, our next story is a pretty sad one. Now, in the Togolese top flight, the man who has been the top scorer for the last 2 consecutive seasons has died at the age of 25 from malaria. His name is Kosi Kudagba, and he plays for ASC Kara, whom he helped to the Togolese league title, indeed, in 2019. Kudagba had proven himself in the Togolese second tier, where he won the best striker with Espoir FC de Chevy before joining ASC Kara. After the suspension of the league as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, Kosi Kudagba decided to leave Kara, where his club is based, to stay with his family in Devi, in the suburbs of the capital Lomé, where he indeed grew up. Kudagba was set to take another step in his career when he failed to pass the medical examination with the Tunisian club US Tatouine because of heart problems. So, very sad story. He died of malaria, just age 25. The last 2 consecutive seasons, top scorer in the Togolese top flight. We wish his soul a peaceful rest as well. Now time to leave Africa and do some highlights from Europe. First and foremost, we'll start from England. EPL, Manchester City against Burnley.
And the restart with an imperious display against Arsenal. Their high-quality performance was probably even a pleasant surprise for Pep Guardiola himself. Good ball, David Silva promising this for City. Men over on both sides, but in the end it was slashed really by Bernardo Silva. Hit a little bit across it. City go short with that corner. Foden to hit it and score! Really good hit by Phil Foden. Brilliant finish. Just look at the way he's so precise, so firm, and unerringly accurate. Here's Mahrez in space, onside. Still going, Riyad Mahrez, and scoring for City. 2-0, leaving Taylor in his wake. And so too Pope. City 2, Burnley 0. So Riyad Mahrez with a chance to give City a 3-0 lead. Mahrez scores. Second goal for Riyad Mahrez. Third goal for City of a productive half. And this is the reason why. Me catching Aguero. Penalty given by VAR. And once again it opens up. And it's for David Silva. How many could it end? To get it back with Rodri and now Kevin De Bruyne. City with men over, Bernardo Silva, Gabriel Jesus, Phil Foden. Number 5. On it goes to Phil Foden. And the shot taken first time, firm and much too accurate. And City have a 5th goal. And that's it. Another thoroughly impressive night's work from City.
So that was a 5-0 win for Man City over Burnley. Now they are hitting peak form when it doesn't matter at all. Of course, they have practically lost the title to Liverpool. Liverpool are set to be named Premier League champions in the next few games. Let's go to Italy and talk about Serie A. And Juventus were in a 2-0 win over Bologna. Guess who was on the score sheet? Highlights now.
Welcome to you from the Dallara in Bologna, one of the great Serie A stadia. We'll be reminded of that in just a moment, and one of those that will feel that little bit stranger without supporters. Bologna host Juventus in one of their real blue ribbon fixtures.
Now, let's talk about this interesting scenario, right? You know how after the easing of restrictions after the coronavirus pandemic, you know, the whole hullabaloo about it, all leagues returned with matches being played behind closed doors. I'm talking about England, Italy, Spain, and indeed Germany, which took the lead. Now, over in Serbia, it wasn't the same story. Now, the giants in that country, Red Star Belgrade and Partizan Belgrade, were in a clash. It was a really big one. And guess how many fans attended this? 16,000. It gets even worse. 12 days later, it has been announced that 5 players of Red Star Belgrade have tested positive for the coronavirus. So yes, that is what is happening in Serbia. The Serbian government has been loosening lockdown rules, and earlier this month it announced that open-air gatherings with an unlimited amount of people would be allowed. Following the final match of the season against Proleta on Saturday, Red Star Belgrade celebrated winning the Serbian title with more than 10,000 of their fans. At least 4 of the 5 players did not play in that match last Saturday as they had felt coronavirus symptoms ahead of it. So these are some of the things that could happen if clubs get overexcited, especially after the easing of restrictions. To our next story, in Spanish, prosecutors announced on Monday that they had filed a tax fraud suit against Carlo Ancelotti. You know Carlo Ancelotti, we all love him, don't we? Don Carlo, accusing the former Real Madrid coach of having hidden a 7-figure sum from the country's tax authorities. Prosecutors said that the suit had been filed against Ancelotti, the current Everton manager, for 2 alleged incidences of tax fraud in 2014 and 2015, totaling €1 million, so 1.19 million euro. Now, what is it with all these footballers and managers and tax fraud? Now, in order for a prosecution to go ahead, a judge will have to accept the case before eventually summoning Ancelotti. Now, according to prosecutors, Ancelotti declared his salary earnings from his time at Real Madrid, but not earnings from image rights, as well as those deriving from his relationship with the club and related contracts from other brands. Prosecutors also claimed that he did so in order to avoid his obligations with public treasury, accusing him of relying on a complex network of shell companies, in quote, in an attempt to hide the identity of the beneficiary of those earnings from the tax authorities. So interesting stuff there. Messi has had problems Ronaldo has also had problems with tax, and now Don Carlo Ancelotti. To our next story, and Grigor Dimitrov said he has tested positive for coronavirus after pulling out of an exhibition tournament, which also featured world number 1 Novak Djokovic. Last weekend, Dimitrov, who's 29, took part in the Adria Tour event in Belgrade, and with Djokovic, world number 3 Dominic Thiem, as well as Alexander Zverev, who is ranked 7th and is indeed from Germany. He also played in the second leg of the Balkans tournament in Zadar on Croatia's Adriatic coast. However, he withdrew after losing to Borna Koric, complaining of feeling unwell. Later, the final between Djokovic and Russia's Andrei Rublev was immediately cancelled as caution. To our last story now, and Borna Koric has announced he has become the second player to test positive for coronavirus after taking part in an exhibition tournament in Croatia featuring world number 1 Novak Djokovic. So this is a continuation of our last story. We had Grigor Dimitrov and now Borna Koric from the same tournament. Now it follows the announcement, like I said, of Grigor Dimitrov. One of Djokovic's coaches and another member of Dimitrov's entourage have also reportedly tested positive for the virus, according to Croatia's N1 television channel. Australian star Nick Kyrgios also responded to Koric by describing the staging of the tournament as boneheaded. So not a lot of people are happy with how tournaments and federations are organizing events, especially when everyone is still worried that the coronavirus pandemic is still in the system. It's trending, as we like to say. So speedy recovery to everyone who has been affected. This has been the sports segment with me, Fifi Anaman. We'll do a quick commercial break. Stick and stay with Prime Morning.
To all our emergency doctors, you never know who is walking through those doors, but you tend to everybody without fear.
The staff of the Gucci, Kolebu, KCC, and all other testing centers. Where would we be without you?
We know some of you have been badly affected by this virus, yet you defy the fear of the unknown to fight against this virus on our behalf.
You have been awesome in these trying times. You put your lives on the line every day.
We feel safe because we know you are there. We really do appreciate you all. And what we can say at this moment is thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all we can say.
No amount of preparation can get any professional ready for this kind of pandemic.
We feel safe because we know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
I want to say thank you to the first responders and the ambulance crew rushing to situations unknown.
The call center operatives who stay on the end of the phone lines 24/7. Thank you.
To cleaners at the hospitals and in isolation centers. Today, your job is more dangerous than ever. Thank you, Akbenami.
We feel safe because we know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to Talking Business with me, Inshira Ado. You're still on Prime Morning. It's a Tuesday morning, and I'm happy you stayed. I have two quick updates for you. The first one has to do with the fact that owing to the lockdown and the untold hardship that brought to Ghanaians, the Bank of Ghana did, together with the commercial banks and the mobile money, agreed that charges on mobile money up to 100 cedis was going to be slashed. if you're sending anything below 100 cedis, you didn't have to worry about paying the charges for that. But guess what? That holiday is over. And my colleague George Effie has this.
And if you are moving funds from your mobile money to another network, all the necessary charges will be applied. Also, businesses and individuals that use the GIPS Instant Pay and the ACH Direct Credit would also be paying the required charges. These waivers were introduced in March this year as part of efforts to reduce the burden on businesses as a result of the COVID-19. It was also aimed at encouraging the use of more electronic platforms in the country. For now, we are not sure about how this could negatively impact on individuals and businesses in terms of the cost of using these platforms and whether it could also affect it going forward. For instance, when the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems earlier moved to end this service, this didn't go down well with users of mobile money interoperability.
I think introducing charges will be a deterrent because around this time, people are not even making more income.
That the government took it off, I think it's helping. That is helping. So I think reintroducing it won't help.
Because sometimes the money you're having is not even enough for you to get some certainty. So I think they should hold on for a little while. Then we see how the economy goes. When we are stable with it, then you can bring back data.
But another question that will be lingering on the minds of consumers is that, will this also bring an end to other services the commercial bank had to waive in line with this move by the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems? It would also be interesting to gauge the use of this platform when we resume the charges and how the consumers would also respond. Others have also argued that since we're still not out of this COVID-19 issues, it might not be fair to actually resume the charges on all these platforms and banking services.
And for you, my question is, are you happy knowing that you no longer will get that holiday? I'd like to hear from you. Send us your thoughts on our Facebook and Twitter using the hashtag Prime Morning, and tell us what you feel about the fact that you now have to pay the full charges on all your transactions on mobile money and transfers between bank accounts. And cocoa, yesterday we did talk a bit about cocoa, and I'm bringing you some interesting updates. Now, every year the Ghana Cocoa Board sells the cocoa beans in advance. So they syndicate a loan, and this time they said they were looking for about $1.6 billion. And what they tend to do with that is that they pay the buying companies a certain amount of the projected volume that they will buy that year, so that they're able to pay the farmers, because don't forget, the farmers who are farming the cocoa and growing the beans would have to be paid immediately. They submit their, the buying companies then can get the rest of their money from Cocoa Board. So every year Cocoa Board goes out to look for money to do that trade. Unfortunately, this year, due to COVID and other factors, the companies that, or the investors who would have bought into the syndication deal have all pulled out. My colleague Charles Ayete has more.
The decision by international lenders is in sharp contrast to the confident assurance by Chief Executive of Cocoa Board, Joseph Boahen Edu, that not even the coronavirus will affect the syndication loan. What this means is that Cocoa Board is expected to pay up for the club loan, reversing the downward trend in pricing it has enjoyed in previous years. Earlier, Head of Corporate Affairs at Cocoa Board, Fifi Boafo, disclosed to Joy Business that a peg of $1.3 billion for the syndication loan will remain as it is. Nothing will change, he said.
Obviously, this is the time you would expect that we have gone to do our roadshow, but because of COVID, like the president said, we are not in normal times. So the normal way of doing things has changed a little bit, but we are on course, and our expectation is that we will be able to raise the money needed for our operations next year. So yes, we are on course. The figure that was initially pegged has not changed. We are still working with the same figure. Of course, if it happens that based on our projections something will change, we shall communicate it. But as I speak to you today, that has not changed.
The coronavirus pandemic has had a dark turn on global cocoa value chains. Despite the obvious challenges, Ghana's cocoa regulator still insists days are bright for cocoa farmers.
The buyers, have closed their windows, so we are not doing buying. The price of cocoa had tumbled. It was going up. It was around $2,400, $2,500. Now it's gone down below $2,000. And That alone tells you immediately it brings to Ghana a deficit of almost about $1 billion. That alone. So if this thing should continue, even going to pay our farmers is going to be difficult because we are unable to syndicate right now.
Chief Executive of Cocoa Board, Joseph Boahen-Adu, who earlier revealed in an interview with Joy Business that the coronavirus had caused Ghana's cocoa sector a loss of $1 billion, backtracked, explaining a risk assessment committee had rather been established to study price trends and propose strategies for a rebound.
We are making all efforts to get the money to pay our farmers. We've already set up a committee to look at the risk, they are doing what we call risk assessment of the whole situation. And we are being guided by the recommendations of this committee to ensure that our farmers are paid and their cocoa is bought.
Joy Business gathers that the next plan will be for the loan to be raised by a group of at least 13 banks, providing ticket sizes of approximately $75 million, although the actual size hasn't yet been decided.
Well, so that's the story of cocoa. Now, we went to look for a loan and came back with nothing. Does that present an opportunity? As the Chinese say, every crisis presents an opportunity. So maybe we need to start looking at probably something different, which could be that we process our own cocoa, grow our industry, and hopefully retain more of the value. This has been Business. We're taking a short break, and when we come back, we'll bring you Beyond the Headlines. Stay with us.
Say a casaluna was a wonko, now so would shrinkwa. Some aquacosia, CB herbal soap. No one jammy now.
One 19 a pie, and now say I had the inswa. For CB herbal soap, so 19 any 1 room. Germany 10 minutes, and sana would the ebo and nasa kanketwa. I rever if finning na kama. Shannon so say, yam fans rye 9 any yahunam. CB herbal soap, eyi and 90 ma pro, a fee any encaboni.
Mido, yes. Okay, you CB herbal soap, and get to Mancasa. Promise me now. Hey, Susiana, Ghana money, Mamma Damasi.
FD Ashusha sa a jedi and kratoimu ajia to muse.
Accidents do happen. It could be a motor accident, a sudden heart attack, or even a stroke, or any other health emergency. The first steps you take are very critical. Should you be involved in or witness an accident, call 112 for the fastest ambulance response. With over 300 well-equipped ambulances all over Ghana, you are assured of the fastest response to your emergency calls. Call 112 during critical health emergencies and save your life and that of your family and loved ones. 112, help will come. 112, we are safe. Avoid prank calls as they can lead to loss of life of persons in actual need of help. Be a responsible citizen.
The world today is plagued by the deadly coronavirus threatening the survival of many businesses. To stay active and not fold up requires exploring the best business and operational strategies. This is why Love 99.5 FM, in partnership with Vision Consult, brings you a virtual business summit to empower and guide businesses in these difficult times. Theme is managing and sustaining businesses in disrupted environment. The Virtual Business Summit draws astute and shrewd business minds, including Dr. Yeboah, Consultant KMA, Mr. Samuel Duodu, Assistant Commissioner GRA, Dr. Charles Yeboah, CEO, International Community School, Mr. Anthony Edunketia, CEO, Thonkets Group, Mr. Eyram Kwame, former Director, Corporate Banking Standard Chartered Bank, Sierra Leone, and Mr. Hakeem Shaibu, Regional Manager, Stanbic Bank, who will offer you top-notch sustainable business strategies to keep your business running during this pandemic. This event comes off on the 24th of June, 2020 at 7 p.m. and will stream via Facebook and on radio. Join as business owners, young entrepreneurs, and corporate institutions to tap into this enriched knowledge resource to sustain our businesses. The Virtual Business Summit. Join, let's explore ideas to sustain our businesses.
Sponsored by
Well, thank you very much for staying with us. Now time for Beyond the Headlines. And our focus today is on the wearing of masks. I'm sure by now you're aware of all the controversy surrounding it. Do you have to wear face mask or have to face the law? How about the whole controversy about wearing a face mask even in your cars? I'm sure the whole conversation has been about whether or not, one's cars with glasses rolled up in the AC constitutes a public place. Well, we're here to find out this morning because we've been joined by Sheila Bachman-Abeye, who is Director of Public Affairs of the Ghana Police Service, and Samson Ladi Anyenini is also a private legal practitioner, and they have both joined us to have a better understanding of all of this. I'm sure by the time we're done, you would know whether or not you should be wearing nose mask or maybe face mask or face coverings as the EI 164 seems to portray, even if you are in your car. Samson, SP Sheila, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Daniel.
Let me start off with you, Superintendent Bachman. So there's been this whole controversy about wearing a face mask even in one's private vehicle. And the question many have asked is, how does that constitute a public place?
Okay, Daniel. So for us, there are two questions everyone has to ask him or herself. And if he answers yes to any of the questions, then it means that the person has to put on a face covering that covers his or her nose and mouth completely. In this case, it can be a face mask, a face shield, or any other covering for the purpose. So these are the two questions. One, ask yourself, am I in a public place? If the answer is yes, it means you have to wear the mask. If the answer is no, ask yourself the second question. Am I leaving or returning to my place of abode? If the answer is yes, it means that the law requires you to put on this face covering. The law does not give the manner or mode in which you're leaving your face, your place of abode. So that it could be in a car, it could be by walking or by whatever means. Once you answer yes to any of these questions, you are mandated to wear a face covering. Now, public place is just a simple word, but it has also been defined under criminal law, which is what we are applying. So for the time being that you're asking yourself questions, ask yourself if where you are is a public place. And it falls within, then it means that you are mandated by the Executive Instrument number 164 to put on a face covering, which we like to use mask generally to cover.
Yes, and talking about if where you are is a public place, you've talked about public places being defined in the law. If you could help us better appreciate what the law says about what constitutes a public place.
Okay, so I would go on to the public place, but like I said, let's not limit ourselves to only a public place. There are two questions to ask. So in all situations, ask yourself those two questions. Now, what is a public place? It includes any public way. Now, public way is actually a highway, marketplace, lorry park, square, street, bridge, or other way which is lawfully used by the public. So it includes any public way and any building, place, or conveyance to which for the time being the public are entitled or permitted to have access, either without any condition or upon condition of making any payment. And any building or place which is for the time being used for any public or religious meeting or assembly or as an open court. This is a direct quotation from Section 1 of the Criminal and Other Offences Act, 1960, Act 29.
Okay. Now, let me get to Samson. Samson, so if I'm in my car and I have decided that nobody should be entitled to my car, I mean, I get to accept people or not, how does that constitute a public place? Okay, so Samson will be joining us very soon. So let me get back to you, Superintendent Bachman. Based on what you've said, you've talked about the fact that, well, the law says public place, the law says when you are leaving or going back to your place of abode. Would you agree that there seemed to be some bit of a lacuna in the law worth clarifying, maybe through the courts?
For the police service, we do not see a lacuna. That is why we are saying that if you have any defense, please save it for the court. When you are arrested and you're being prosecuted, you can raise these issues. But the law is clear. We are applying it strictly. And if any of the... so for you yourself, first of all, it is possible that we may even get to a point that we wouldn't have to arrest anyone. Because, yes, wearing mask is not something usual with us, but would you rather want to contract the virus or infect others with it? This is for a period of about 3 months, which has already started. So please, if everybody complies with wearing a face covering, where the person is either in a public place or the person is leaving or returning home, no police officer will arrest the person. We can do this such that police would not have to arrest anyone. Well, so let the education go. Multimedia, we know you can do this. Let the education go. So that the excuses of I am here, I am not here, will not let people think that they can just not wear the mask and spread the virus.
Yes, the education will definitely go, Superintendent Bachman. But there are also concerns and even the health implications such that, wearing a face mask, while it is very important, sometimes also we've been advised that, for instance, when you are in your home, you should take off your face mask. And so when you are in your vehicle as well, in which you are alone, with air conditions turned on, you are all alone in it, and you take off your face mask, it is just as being at home, isn't it?
For us, we are working with the law and the dictates of the law. So for the period while you are traveling, please put on your mask. I don't think it will take you so much time. If you were traveling on a bus from, let's say, Accra to Kumasi, and because others are in to wear the mask, why couldn't you wear the mask if you're traveling alone? For the implications the mask has...
If you're traveling from Accra to Kumasi, Superintendent Bachman, if you're traveling from Accra to Kumasi, if you are in a bus, you are in a bus with other persons. Being in a bus with other persons dictates that you should protect yourself and the other persons. If I am in a vehicle, I am there alone, I have decided not to pick anybody. I have my glasses rolled up, air condition turned on. I am at no chance of spreading this virus to anybody. Why should I be arrested for not wearing a face covering?
Daniel, we are enforcing the law. We are law enforcers. Perhaps other professionals can talk about their professional area. But as law enforcers, this is what the law means. And we are applying it strictly.
This is your interpretation of the law. So that if you have a defense, like we have said, there is an arbiter, which is the court, where we will take you to prosecute you. Then you can put up all these explanations and defenses. And if it fits well with the court will decide. But the language of the law, which is what is intended, is that you wear the face covering
where you are in a public place or where you are leaving or returning to your place of abode. And that is what we are applying.
We definitely would continue the conversation shortly. We need to listen to the president even as he was announcing that when we return, since you're talking about enforcing the law, I have a few questions for you. And then Samson Ladenyini would also join us. We'll be right back.
It is important for me to remind residents of the Greater Accra and Ashanti regions, where the great majority of cases have been recorded, and in the western and central regions, where we're seeing an increase in infection cases, to continue to adhere strictly to the social distancing and enhanced hygiene protocols announced. With the doctors and scientists telling us that the virus is transmitted from human contact through talking, singing, coughing, and sneezing, which results in sending droplets of the virus from one person to another. Residents of these 4 regions, and indeed all Ghanaians, must remember that the wearing of masks is now mandatory. Leaving our homes without a face mask or face covering on is an offense. The police have been instructed to enforce this directive, which is the subject of an executive instrument. Let me repeat, our survival is in our own hands. If we are lax and inattentive, we will continue to have serious challenges with the virus. If we are mindful and self-disciplined, we have it in us to defeat this pandemic and help return our lives to normalcy. I appeal to each and every one of you for your help in this regard.
All right, so that's President Akufo-Addo there talking about the need to wear face masks. Of course, we've seen the EI 164 now, but let's have some more education. Samson Ladenyini is a private legal practitioner and is also the host of COVID and the Law on the Joy News channel. So, Samson, thank you very much for joining us. We've been asking ourselves lots of questions, Samson, because the police says that even if we are in our vehicles, cars rolled up in air condition, and they see us without face mask, they still would pick us up, and then when we get to court, we'd explain to the judge why we are not in face mask. Help us understand. Is that the understanding of the EI?
Yes. Sheila Batman is absolutely correct. I can tell you that if you had any lawyer who gave you a contrary view, please ignore that advice, because if you got to court, you will be in trouble. And you could be, if you're ready, you want to pay 12,000 or between 12,000 and 60,000, or you are ready to test what it looks like to be in prison for 4 years or for 10 years. The problem is not the police who are charged with the enforcement of EI 164, which is enforced together with the Imposition of Restrictions Act 1012. The problem may be the issue of the drafter, the maker of the directives. When I say directives, I mean the EI. The EI is loosely called law because it is not law until there is a particular law that gives it life, that gives it the life of law, that gives it the force of law. And in this case, it is the act passed by your representatives in Parliament that gives the EI, the directives in the EI, the force of law.
Okay.
So if you read the EI, it does appear that there was a bit of what, legal academics in drafting will say a bit of lazy drafting.
Why do you call it lazy drafting?
I mean by that, in making provision for laws, often you need a certain painstaking process. You need a certain scrutinizing and attention to detail process, not to make the law so general and without a certain specificity as regards the need for some exemption, because in almost every situation there may be the need to provide for some little exemption. Now, let me give you an example.
Sure, go ahead.
In our firm, there is a lady in our firm who is asthmatic. And, if she has an attack and she's treating it, she certainly cannot be on a mask. So yesterday, for example, she was at work and we had to say, look, you have to go home because you are in a situation where you can't wear the mask. And you're coming into an environment where people are coming in and going out. So you put yourself in danger because she simply cannot wear the mask. And not because she doesn't want to wear it, but because her peculiar medical situation does not allow it. If she did it, she might suffocate. So you say, why don't you wear a face shield? Because the law says wear a mask or wear a face shield or wear a face covering. Once again, there may be some difficulties and somebody simply cannot put a face shield on their face. So you will need a certain detailed engineering of the law to properly cater for some of those situations. Now, when you make a directive that has a force of law, and it simply says, a person shall wear a mask, face shield, or any other face covering that covers his or her nose and mouth completely. So, number one, shall wear, mandatory, compulsory. It is not permissive. It gives you no options.
Yes.
Then it must cover your nose and your face completely. And this is general, no exemption, no any way to maneuver whatsoever. Then when are you supposed to wear the mask? When are you supposed to wear the face shield or the face covering? When you are in a public place. Now, this is where I've heard some of you ask the questions genuinely. Am I in a public place where I'm in my vehicle with my, glasses rolled up and I'm in my air condition, which you may say serves the purpose that a face shield, a nose mask, or face covering will serve?
Sure.
Now, check this. Not only in a public place. So if you think that that is not a public place, then there is a B of this paragraph 1 of the directive, which says when you are leaving your home or when you are returning your home. So, did you leave your home in a car? Did you drive a car out? It didn't say when you are walking out of your home. It says when you are leaving your home. So you are leaving. and you are driving out of your home.
So, in effect,
Inside
whatever
the
you
car,
do, you must put on a face mask.
You are affected. And in fact, we ought to know something too. Your home may actually be a public place depending on the event happening at your home at a particular time.
Sure.
As Sheila has explained during COVID and the law on Sunday, supposing you were having a party in your home and people had the opportunity to come into your home and to have a party. You are having an event in your home. Once you are having people gathering in your home, you are turning it into a public circumstance.
So Samson, in effect, there's no way out of this. All you have to do is that once you're leaving your home, be in your face mask or face covering. Otherwise, this law would catch up with you.
If you have a helipad and you have an aircraft on top of it, and you jump into the aircraft to leave your home, you must have your face mask on, according to this law.
But
it doesn't
I mean,
matter what you are driving out of your home.
But listening to, watching COVID and the law also, Sheila makes the point that, well, if you get to the court, then you explain to the court. You said earlier that if any lawyer tells you that you can go without a face mask, don't take it. In effect, even if you get to the court, there is no way you can justify the fact that you didn't wear a face mask.
Because as a lawyer who has also done and do criminal defense, I cannot defend you. I'm sorry, Winston. If the police caught you and you called me up, you're on your own. Because I go before the judge and I say, oh, you have a peculiar problem. Oh, you were in your car and your glasses were rolled up. And the judge said, the law says, when you are leaving your home, did you leave your home? You say, oh, no, I didn't leave my home. I left a friend's home. Where do you leave to get to the friend's home to leave the friend's home? Oh, I didn't. I was not leaving my home. I was leaving my office. How did you get to your office? Okay, let's forget where you left. Where were you going? So I won't be able to put up a defense for you because as far as it is there are laws that we call laws that have a strict application. And once you do one thing, they catch you. Once you don't do another thing, they catch you. The laws that don't open themselves to, exemptions by way of an interpretation. This is that kind of the law, strict liability.
Okay.
Do this. Once you don't do that, you are caught.
Great. So there's been some concerns also. There's some, and your colleague, legal practitioner Martin Kubi, for instance, has talked about the sentencing regime. He believes that is too harsh and should be looked at. First of all, help us understand the sentencing associated with the violation of EI 164 and tell us whether or not you think that the punishments in there are appropriate or maybe too harsh.
From the very first day that law became public, my first criticism was that it was too harsh. I've heard some people say, well, if you say it's too harsh, let's look at the consequences of spreading COVID-19. It is by doing that, looking at the consequences of spreading COVID-19, that you can tell whether it is harsh or not. I have been advocating from the very word go that yes, because this is a public health situation, there may be law requiring the wearing of the mask to be mandatory. So all the time the president was saying, if you don't wear the mask, you are in trouble. He was just saying something that was not law. The only time he said it, and it had the backing of law, was his very last address. But the one before this address, when he said not wearing a mask, is an offense, was just air. There was nothing to it. There was no law to it. There was no legal backing to it. Now, I have read elsewhere how many pounds in the UK you are liable to pay for breaching some of the COVID, measures. And I find that whilst over there, if you compare that amount to those amounts to what we have here, you may say we are not paying too much, but theirs is not in relation to not wearing the face mask or face shield or face covering. It includes, refusing, mandatory quarantine and those things. But when you look at the circumstances of people within those both jurisdictions, I still make the humble, position that our sanction regime is too harsh.
And when you say our sanction regime is too harsh, what is that sanction regime?
There are too many people who can't afford the 5 cedis or 7 cedis to buy a mask. I have listened to people on the street, on multi-TV, who say, I have worked the whole day and all I have in my pocket is 2 cedis. So initially when I started advocating for making it compulsory or mandatory, I was also hoping that we could provide the face mask for free, at least for a certain class of the society. I can afford to buy various boxes of the face mask, and I put a box in my car all the time. But there are too many people who simply can't afford it. And to go to jail, I mean, what are we doing to our prison situation? We already have overcrowded jails, overcrowded and undercovered. We are compounding the situation. Truth is, you have forced the hand of a judge to exact a fine of not less than 12,000. These people, for all their life saving, may not be up to 1,000. They can't find 12,000. So if you are going to apply this law strictly and enforce it strictly, you will arrest thousands of people. They can't afford to pay the fines. They will have to go to jail. Which jail are you going to put them in? So that is a practical problem we need to look at. Our systems do not provide for non-custodial sentencing. We do not have that regime yet. The only bit of it is for a judge to exercise the right. But in this law, the judge doesn't have the right to exercise and say, you are bonded to be of good behavior and you are cautioned, go and sin no more. And that if you went back and you were caught and brought back to the court, you will suffer a double punishment. This particular regime, as the Imposition of Restrictions Act stands, does not give a judge the room to exercise a discretion to caution you and to bond you to be of good behavior for 6 months as they normally do, or for 12 months. They can't do that. And we don't have a non-custodial sentencing regime. Once again, if you have seen any police officer on the road or prison officers as we have seen them arresting people and forcing them to do clean gutters and clean, all sorts of things, then they are acting very lawlessly. They do not have the protection of the law, and you have a right to challenge them. They can't force you to do what the law says you should not do.
All right. Samson Ladi-Anyenini, thank you so much for the explanation. So,
you're welcome, Winston.
Thank you very much. So, You know what you have to do. I am Winston Amwa. I sat in for Daniel Datsi. And up next is Tech Talk. This is Beyond the Headlines. Bye for now. And up next, Tech Talk.
Success in every endeavor requires critical partnership. When it comes to consumer home electronics, quality from Syndicated Capital is your trusted partner. Not just any TV, but the quality satellite and digital LED TV provides inbuilt satellite and digital decoders, over voltage protection, free wall mount, and now a state-of-the-art surround sound bar to deliver an unparalleled entertainment experience. Not just any decoder, quality digital and satellite combo decoders come with auto scan, voltage protector, NCA approval, multi-TV certification, unlimited internet content, and 24/7 movies online. Quality products are available on hire purchase to private and government workers, police and army personnel for as low as 27 Ghana cedis per month. Call us on 0302 242.
What did you Merry CB Men's Capsules. And you may use Badarma, Bohobio, CB Men's Capsules by dear. What 2 points? I don't know. You're very good. Say them again, I'm sorry, I'm to intend to do so. It's a religion, so we are Arabia house to credit you. Say to say, my yes, you dear CB Women's Capsules. A year if it's a woman who feels so. Hey! CB Women's Capsules with the Ajo. Also, CB Men's Capsules, Ajo.
Susiana.
Ghana man, Memma Damase.
Our pharmacy, chemical, ne herbal shops ni name. To phone fresh Susie Herbal Center 0247 111671 and 0246 578750. CB Men and Women Capsules.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Outlook is about perspectives, intriguing insight into the unexpected, the outstanding, and the diversity of culture, people, and lifestyles. It connects and evokes the sounds and scenes of uniqueness, of beauty, taste, and exciting glamour. It is life as we live it every minute, with every breath. Just exhale on Outlook.
Outlook, showing this and every Sunday at 4:30 p.m.
To all our emergency doctors, you never know who is walking through those doors, but you tend to everybody without fear.
The staff of the Gucci, Kolebu, KCCR, and all other testing centers. Where would we be without you?
We know some of you have been badly affected by this virus, yet you defy the fear of the unknown to fight against this virus on our behalf.
You have been awesome in these trying times. You put your lives on the line every day.
We feel safe because we know you are there. We really, really do appreciate you all. And what we can say at this moment is thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Akbenami, that's all we can say.
In the depths of the disruptions, anxiety, and even the tragedies,
our collective human spirit, our courage. That hope for a brighter tomorrow, strengthening us as a people with a commitment to wash our hands with soap and running water, sanitize our hands, and wear masks. Most importantly, we must help the needy to wear masks too. Support the Mask for All initiative now. Call 0595 851 160 and donate masks for the needy. This campaign is brought to you by a coalition of event managers and suppliers, supported by Accra Metropolitan Assembly and the Creative Arts Council. Media partner is the Multimedia Group. Masks for All. Protect you, save all.
A loving son.
Guess who's home?
An adoring daughter. Two families at war.
Never you refer to me as your friend ever again.
Decides to sell his business, but there is a snag.
What are you doing in my office?
A past betrayal has sent these two families on a warpath.
We have not seen each other in 20 years. What's going on?
Now, their children's love draws back the agony of the past.
I do not want to ever see you with my daughter ever again.
So you went to see her?
Nobody went to see anyone. Where are you going?
To see her.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
No one, no training, no amount of preparation can get any professional ready for this kind of pandemic.
We feel safe because we know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
I want to say thank you to the first responders and the ambulance crew, rushing to situations unknown.
The call center operatives who stay on the other end of the phone lines 24/7. Thank you.
To cleaners at the hospitals and in isolation centers. Today, your job is more dangerous than ever. Thank you, Akbenami.
We feel safe because we know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hi, welcome back. Thank you for joining us again. And that was a very insightful conversation. What you need to know about wearing face masks, that if you do not wear it, you can nearly land yourself in jail and even pay huge sums of money. Now, quickly before Bits and Bites later, let's have a conversation with a food scientist, and his name is quite a mouthful, really. Bezalel Adu, and he's a food scientist and a nutritionist. Now, after you wearing your face mask when you're going into public or whether you're in your car, now one thing you cannot overlook is not taking care of yourself. We've been talking about what you need to eat. Even the president in all of his address reminds us how we need to boost our immune system. Now today we're going to get a little practical. You can get a pen and a paper. At least we have a food scientist here, so we're going to draw all the information. Jay is aware of oranges. What else do you know? What exactly does your immune system what does it do in your body? Why do you need to boost it, especially in this COVID era? So thank you for joining me in the studio. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about us boosting our immune system, but today we just want to go practical. I want that when I enter my kitchen or when I go to the market or when I go to the supermarket, I know what to pick, what I can combine, what I can do in the kitchen or wherever else to boost my immune system. But first of all, try to help me understand what role the immune system plays in the human body.
Okay, thanks for having me. And the immune system is a complex system of cells and proteins that protects the body or defend the body against disease and infections. And everyone has an immune system in their body.
Okay.
But depending on certain conditions, it's able to fight diseases better. So there are factors such as sleep. If you are not sleeping well enough, you may be reducing the strength of your immune system. Yes. And if
what happens to we the nocturnals?
So yeah, so you need to get at least 6 hours of sleep, between 6 and 10, or the average recommended is 7 to 9 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and then physical, personal hygiene.
Okay.
That's why we are educated to wash our hands and all, because the more you wash your hands, you reduce the risk of any germ infections, and also help your immune system to build itself for other things. So not exposing yourself to infection actually helps build your immune system, or helps your immune system to function better under situations where it's needed to fight. And then, of course, you also need to eat foods that will promote or strengthen the immune system to do its work in defending the body from infections and other diseases.
Maybe we can continue to give you a lot more explanation to it.
Okay, so the immune system is made of various proteins, and one of them is called the immunoglobulins. The immunoglobulins, there are 5 of them, the G, A, M, E, and D. And all of these come together with what we call lymph nodes and the lymphatic system to fight diseases. And we also know about the white blood cells, which also protects the body or defends the body against diseases. So when there is a bacteria or a virus in your body, what the immune system does is to attack that bacteria or virus and kill it, so it doesn't cause any harm to the body.
So clarify this, should you be, are you supposed to be born with a good immune system? Is it genetic something where they say that, oh, this person was born with a very good immune system, or as a lifestyle, you literally have to live it?
Well, everyone has an immune system, for sure. And the immune system, right from birth, it does its work in protecting the body. So when you are having, say, a high body temperature, it could be your immune system fighting something within the body. And that's the physiological response to that thing that your immune system is fighting. So
I'm even talking about how good your immune system would be. Is it genetic?
No.
It's not genetic.
No.
You have to actually work towards having a very good immune system.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, there's the reason why you're in my chair today. So you want to help us how we can, but let's talk about food first of all. How and what shall I be eating? I know of oranges, really.
Yeah, there are 5 nutrients that have been studied and confirmed to boost the immune system.
Okay.
And the first of them is vitamin A. Vitamin A helps the body to produce the proteins that will be used in the production of these immunoglobulins that I earlier spoke of. And these help to fight infections. So the more vitamin A you have in your body, the more your body is able to produce these proteins to be able to fight infections.
So naturally, your body produces proteins. You don't have to be, it's not that you get proteins from what you eat only.
Yes, your body produces protein for its work. For every cell that you grow, for all the processes in your body that needs protein, your body produces protein. It uses the protein that you have eaten to do all of those physiological processes.
So you've named the first one. Before we go to the second, third, fourth, and even the 5th one, what's the difference between white blood cells and red blood cells? And are these both in your immune system?
Okay, thank you. Red blood cells, their primary function is to transport oxygen from the cells to the lungs, or from the lungs to the cells. Sorry, they carry oxygen from the lungs to the cells and carbon dioxide from the cells to the lungs to be removed. So that's the function of the red blood cells. White blood cells, they fight infections. So they are both in your body, but they have different roles. So the white blood cells fight infections when there's a bacteria or any foreign body in your bloodstream, the white blood cells, they engulf it, they form a boundary around it, and then dissolve that particular material. So when you have a bacteria, the white blood cells often form a circle around that bacteria and then release proteins and chemicals that will actually kill.
Oh, I see that every time they're trying to show a pictorial image of the coronavirus, it's round and then it's got some things around it, like some things that are like visitors that are around it. Okay, let's stay on the vitamin.
That's not the white.
That's not how it looks.
That's not the white blood cell.
I mean, is that how it looks?
No.
That's not.
No.
Okay, how else can it look?
That's the coronavirus. The white blood cells doesn't. They don't look like the coronavirus.
Okay, but they also surround.
Yeah, they form. So when the bacteria or virus comes into the body, the white blood cells form or they fold around that particular bacteria or virus, and then they dissolve the
They make it powerless.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's stay on the vitamin A, which I've learned about protein. So let's still go deeper. What we should eat, so we can feed the body with a lot of proteins, yeah?
Yeah, so well, the vitamin A helps the body to produce the protein for the immune system. And you can get vitamin A from various sources, both plant and animal. So from the plant sources, you can get vitamin A from mangoes. Carrot is popular for vitamin A as well, and you can get vitamin A from carrots.
Okay.
You can get vitamin A from kontomire, spinach, ademe. All the dark green leafy vegetables contain, they are rich sources of vitamin A. You can also get vitamin A from pawpaw, oranges, and even maize.
Okay.
So those are some sources of vitamin A.
Okay, and that's for the plant.
Yes, and the animal sources, you can get vitamin A from beef, from the beef liver. You can get vitamin A from fish. You can get vitamin A from eggs and even milk.
Okay. All right. So that's for vitamin A.
Yes.
The next one will be what? Vitamin what?
Vitamin C.
Okay.
Vitamin C. Like you rightly mentioned at the beginning, orange is a rich source of vitamin C. And vitamin C's role with the immune system is to increase its power. So vitamin C acts like a charger, which boosts the power of the immune system to be able to fight foreign bodies, or to be able to fight infections and bacteria and viruses and the like. So studies have shown that people who are stressed or are often in a sick state or infectious state often have low levels of vitamin C, meaning that your body is using up that vitamin C to help the immune system to fight that particular infection.
Okay.
So the more vitamin C you take, the more your body is able to build the strength for the immune system to fight infections. And the body does not store vitamin C.
It doesn't?
It doesn't store vitamin C. It's a water-soluble vitamin, and all water-soluble vitamins are not stored by the body. That's why it's important to make it a regular part of your diet every day.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
So you can get vitamin C from oranges, like you mentioned. You can also get vitamin C from bell peppers, what we often call...
the red ones, or all bell peppers?
All of them, the red, the
green and the yellow.
Orange, yes, and the yellow.
Okay.
All of them. In fact, they contain more vitamin C than oranges do.
Really?
Yes. Some of them contain as much as 9 times the vitamin C content in oranges.
People will start chewing bell peppers. Wow.
So that's, and then you can also get vitamin C from pineapples, from lemons, from tangerine.
Lemons, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Alasa was in season during the Hamatan. Yeah.
Oh.
It's also a rich source of vitamin C, and yoyi is also.
Yoyi.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Velvet tamarind, that's also a rich source. In fact, all peppers are good sources of vitamin C, but because of the hotness, we can't say that you should.
So there's no
chew.
side effects to pepper when you eat pepper, because you can eat pepper and your ear will be burning you. There's no side effect. I hear when you eat too much pepper, you won't grow hair. Is it true?
It's not true.
It's not true. Okay, so as much as you can eat, there's no side effect. All of these things, I'm going to come back to. Too much of it. Some of us abuse things, and so too much of it, what's the consequences of it? Okay, so at least you know that pepper, if you've been using bell pepper for decorative, after cooking the meal, we slice the bell peppers and then we decorate the meal instead of putting it in the food. Now more than ever, you need it rather in the food. How long should you cook your pepper?
In fact, the bell peppers, because of the vitamin C, it's not able to withstand high temperatures.
Okay.
So it's best if you eat it raw.
Raw.
Yes. So that's why the bell peppers are more recommended compared to chili and the other types of peppers.
Okay. Yeah. Is chili not pepper?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
All right. Now, shall we go to the third one?
Okay. So the third is vitamin D. Vitamin D. Vitamin D increases the response of the immune system, so enables them to attack in a timely manner.
They have similar roles, huh? Some are chargers, some increase the response time, like NADBO. You know, okay.
Yeah, so they actually all work together. But these are the roles that have been studied and validated in scientific studies.
Okay.
So the vitamin D increases the response, enables the immune system to fight infections in a timely manner, and also in the strength that it needs to fight these infections.
Okay.
And vitamin D is mostly found in animal sources, and you can have vitamin D in salmon, milk, herrings,
oh, I nearly thought there was nothing in herrings because it's dried and it's been dried and dried and dried. I thought we've dried all of the nutrients out of it.
No.
Still good?
No, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin.
Okay.
So the drying doesn't take it away.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we can go to the fourth one.
The fourth is vitamin E.
Okay.
Vitamin E is similar to, works like how vitamin C does.
Okay.
Yeah, so
the reason why we find carrots there. Do you find carrots in can you get vitamin E in carrots?
Yes, you can get some vitamin E in there, but it's not as much as you would get in other food sources.
Okay.
So you can get vitamin E from coconut. You can get vitamin E from soybeans or soy.
Coconut, both the water and the food in there?
Yes, and it's often in higher concentrations in the flesh.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you can also get vitamin E from palm fruits, what we use to make the
palm oil and palm nuts. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So those are also rich sources. You can also get from groundnuts as well.
All right.
And then snails and octopus and avocado. Avocado is also a good source of vitamin E.
All right. Okay. The last one?
The last one works with vitamin C, zinc. It's called zinc. It's a mineral. Yeah.
Okay.
So there are 4 vitamins and 1 mineral.
Okay.
The zinc works together with vitamin C to reduce the severity of infections.
Okay.
So, in fact, there are about 8,000 clinical trials currently ongoing with regards to the COVID-19 treatment. And one of them indicates that zinc. When zinc is taken at the initial stages of this COVID-19 infection, it's able to control the infection.
Okay.
So it's very, very important to have zinc as part of your diet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we have some what we need to eat? Because I'm sure I'm going to be living with it.
Yeah. So for zinc, you can get from beans.
Okay. Any type of beans?
Yes, any type of beans. You can get from eggs.
Okay.
You can get from crabs.
You know what? I nearly thought that eggs would be somewhere for proteins. Now I find it in zinc. I find it here.
Yeah, you know, every food has not just one nutrient.
Okay.
So you can have you can have one particular food listed under various nutrients. Yeah.
Okay.
It's food is a complex system of various nutrients and various chemicals. So one food can contain like 10 different nutrients, and it may be rich in a group of them based on what we know is recommended for a human, for an adult person. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got beans and eggs under the zinc.
Yes, we have crabs.
Crabs, cotton.
Yes, cotton.
The one that the back is red, or all
cotton.
types of cotton.
Yes, all types of cotton. And
all
then
right.
there is lobsters as well.
Okay.
And then you can also get from milk.
Milk, right.
Yes. And groundnuts, yogurt.
Any type of milk, plant milk or animal milk? Dairy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cow or animal milk.
Okay. Somebody is asking, what about chofi?
Well, that would be poultry, and you can also get zinc from poultry. But it's important to be mindful of how we cook these foods, because if you are cooking them, soaking them in oil, and it's soggy and all that, you are taking in one nutrient
and adding another challenge,
and then putting another burden on yourself.
Okay, yeah, I'm quite curious about the antiviral foods. What are these?
Okay, so these foods are foods that have been confirmed to contain certain chemical components that have been found effective against viruses.
Okay.
So, top of them is turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yes. The
so these are. If you're not going to have any take-home message today, at least listen carefully to what antiviral foods are. It's actually my first time hearing them as well, and we're talking about it. Have a pen and a paper and list them. So antiviral foods. First one will be turmeric.
Yes.
Okay.
And turmeric is one of the spices that is used to make curry powder. So. Yeah, you can
actually use it for my face. Okay.
Yeah, so it contains compounds that have been shown to be effective against viruses.
So if I'm eating curry powder, if I put curry powder in my food, is that okay, or I still have to go straight to turmeric?
No, you don't necessarily need to eat these foods directly. It can be components in your diet, in your food while you cook. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other well-known antiviral food is tea and tea products like kombucha and the like. So if you are drinking tea, you have some antiviral components.
Any type of tea, black tea, white tea?
Yes, but mostly green tea is on the top of the tea list with regards to antiviral properties. It's rich in what we call epigallocatechin. So it's a chemical that helps or fights viruses.
Okay.
And this particular chemical in tea has been shown to be effective against adenoviruses. There are different types of viruses. Yeah, so it's been shown to be effective against coronavirus. Coronavirus is a family of viruses, so it may not be effective against COVID-19, but it's important to know that it's effective against coronaviruses, adenoviruses, rotaviruses, and the like, and several other viruses.
Life happens, really. Okay. So we've got turmeric, we've got kombucha, kombucha is just an example of tea. So teas, but the one on top of your list should be green tea. Any other?
Yeah, so another food that has been found to be effective against viruses is hibiscus tea.
Hibiscus tea?
Yeah, or
sobolo.
Sobolo, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's also been studied and found effective against viruses.
Okay.
And then there are a list of spices, basil.
Basil,
ginger. Garlic, and rosemary.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever you do, don't take these things out of your meals. For antiviral foods, we've got turmeric, we've got teas, we've got hibiscus. So you should be drinking a lot more sobolo and basil. That's a spice. Ginger, garlic. You can load your food with all of these things. Is there any special one that I missed out on?
Well, yeah, for the immune boosting foods, there are 2 others that are not
vitamins or zinc.
No, that are not under specifically under any of these that I mentioned earlier. Well, I've already mentioned green tea, and then mushrooms. Mushrooms are also very important in fighting or boosting the immune system to fight diseases.
Yeah, so this is just a gift from us to you. I'm giving you Lifebuoy so that you can keep washing your hands. But whilst you're at it, wearing your face mask, we urge that you boost your immune system at least. Don't forget your vitamin A meals, vitamin C, your vitamin Ds, your vitamin E, and even zinc, and also your antiviral foods, turmeric, teas, hibiscus, and a lot of spices in your food. I'm not talking, artificial spice. I'm talking about ginger, rosemary, and the garlics in your meal. So that's it for us on Good Living today. Up next, thank you so much, Bezalel Ado. He's a food Adenu, Bezalel Adenu. He's a food scientist. You know what? I'd love to reach out for the soap, but my dress is made to fit. My dress is so made to fit. I really cannot reach out, but I'll give it to you. One over there is for you. All right. Thank you so much. Jay comes up with bits and a bite here on Prime Morning. Stay with us.
You have enjoyed all the great tuition by your teachers on Joy Learning. Now grab this opportunity to get interactive with your TV teacher on your favorite TV school, Joy Learning. Revision TV Show, our new teacher-student question and answer live show, offers every student a unique opportunity to ask questions pertaining to topics of any subject taught on Joy Learning. Join Revision TV Show by tuning into Joy Learning on your multi-TV digital box every Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. and a repeat at 10:30 a.m. Ask your questions by voice calls, video calls, and you can also post questions on social media at Facebook at Joy Learning and tweet at us Joy Learning TV, and your experienced TV teachers will be right on your screen with the answers. Revision TV Show, your TV teacher everywhere. Joy Learning. Keep learning. Let's show the world how good we are with our essays. Joy Learning Essay Club on Facebook offers junior high and senior high students an excellent opportunity to show the world how well they can write. In 300 words, write on the topic for the month. Write a letter to the President of Ghana, suggesting the best safety measures that have to be put in place at your school before students are allowed to go back to school. Your essay must have your name, your age, a contact number, and your school. Send us a direct message of your essay to Facebook at Joy Learning TV. Yes, on our Facebook page. Win branded souvenirs and become an ambassador for Joy Learning. Remember, the deadline is Tuesday, 30th June 2020. Essay Club is brought to you by Joy Learning. Joy Learning. Keep learning.
Chance here for Eto! Cameroon have the lead. And it's the man with the golden boots.
Le monde est bouleversé, mais l'esprit africain a toujours été fort. Restons tous connectés et proches des nôtres. Unis, l'Afrique vaincra. Son ennemi commun, le Covid-19. Notre Afrique doit rester soudée, afin que les Africains survivent ensemble. Ceci est un message pour la Royal Commonwealth Society Africa. N'oublie pas que tu es quelqu'un d'unique. À bientôt.
Over the past few weeks, Samuel Eto'o has donated over 100,000 PPEs and money to over 100,000 households in his native Cameroon. We thank him very much for this gift. But you don't have to be rich or famous to make a difference in your community or your country. Ordinary people do extraordinary things every day. And we're very happy to have Joy News and Joy FM to support us as we make a difference in people's lives, one person at a time. Stay safe, stay healthy, don't stigmatize, and always remember, there's only one you.
To all our emergency doctors, you never know who is walking through those doors, but you tend to everybody without fear.
The staff of the Gucci, Kolebu, KCCR, and all other testing centers. Where would we be without you?
We know some of you have been badly affected by this virus, yet you defy the fear of the unknown to fight against this virus on our behalf.
You have been awesome in these trying times. You put your lives on the line every day.
We feel safe because we know you are there. We really, really do appreciate you all. And what we can say at this moment is thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Akbenami, that's all we can say.
In the depths of the disruptions, anxiety, and even the tragedies, our collective human spirit, our courage, that hope for a brighter tomorrow, strengthening us as a people with a commitment to wash our hands with soap and running water, sanitize our hands, and wear masks. Most importantly, we must help the needy to wear masks too. Support the Mask for All initiative now. Call 0595 851 160 and donate masks for the needy. This campaign is brought to you by a coalition of event managers and suppliers, supported by Accra Metropolitan Assembly and the Creative Arts Council. Media partner is the Multimedia Group. Masks for All. Protect you, save all.
Voila! Let me say welcome back. It's Tuesday, so time for us to talk bits and bytes. Before we even start, let me quickly remind you that, do you know that you can actually pick your phone right now? Dial these numbers, 0551 767676, and order yourself some Fun Milk to be delivered, I beg your pardon, to be delivered right to your home, but only if you live in Accra, in Tema, or in Kaswa. Okay, so Fat Milk this morning is saying that you can stay at home and still have some Fat Milk brought to your home by calling 0551767676, and also you should be ready to pay the charges when the car delivers it to your house. Only if you are ordering more than 20 Ghana cedis worth of Fan Milk products. I've tried it, it works. They brought it right to my house, to my doorstep. I paid, and I'm a happy, smiling customer. Anyway, now this morning on Bits and Bytes, we want to switch our attention not from piloting like we did last week, but to esports, especially video games. Now, if you're brought up like some of us, you probably know that your neighbor has got a video game. So there were certain times of the day and of the week, maybe weekends, that you could sneak around and go and play some of these games. But hey, These games were only for persons whose parents, uncles, fathers, sisters, brothers had traveled overseas and bought some of these console games and brought it back to Ghana. Then you could have a chance to play. So if we do a quick throwback, the likes of Atari, Commodore 64, Super Nintendo, you name all the consoles that came about. But guess what? Yes, there was even Game Boy. Some persons will play Tetris, you remember? Anyway, now the developers of all these games are known to be foreigners or people from outside the country. But guess what? The evolution has begun and the story has changed. Now, right here in Ghana, we have app developers, web developers, video game developers who have now come together and are championing that course to say that, you know what, we can make it right here in Ghana and enjoy it right here in Ghana for the world. One of such persons this morning joining me on the show is Dynasto. Now, Dynasto got himself trending recently after, let me just shush and have him tell us more about it. Hey, Dynasto, how are you doing?
I'm good, hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, this nose mask is killing me. Please develop something that will just take the nose mask to,
I wish I would.
Yeah, something that we can just, type nose mask on our phone.
And then it just appears.
A hologram or something on our faces. And welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. I'm doing well.
So, a few minutes ago, I asked you, said student of Queenstown International School. And I'm like, wow. You are young. So, I took my phone recently. I'm just scrolling through things happening on Twitter, and I see a name Dynasto trending, and I see pictures of a video game. Then I just took a closer look at the video game, and it was a racing game. Then I look closely at the racing game, and I see a taxi, so painted orange and white. And I said, wait, that is Ghana. Then I see a trotro, and I'm like, hold on. Then I see a Ghana flag, and I'm like, wait a second, this is Ghanaian.
Yeah.
You have developed a video game. Tell me about this video game before I come about into your life.
Yes. So I'm an app developer, actually.
Okay.
Game developing is not something that I actually do.
You're an app developer?
I'm an app developer. I develop apps.
Okay.
But when I came out of the university, I started work. And after working, I found myself in the corporate world.
Okay.
So I needed to find a way to do certain solutions. I worked in an oil company, and I was trying to find ways where people could easily get to our filling stations.
Okay.
Just by going through an application on a mobile phone. And I was able to do that. So since 2014, I've been developing. But sometimes the whole app development process is very humbling.
Yeah.
You get to a point to realize that these ideas that you have are a bit outrageous. So you have to now look for things that you can use your skill sets for. So I tried game development, and this is where we find ourselves today.
Tell us, what did you develop when you entered game development?
Okay, so I developed a racing game called RWC Racing.
RWC?
Yes, RWC stands for Roadworthy Certification. Yes.
Roadworthy Certification?
Yes. So
road certification in a sense, okay.
Volume 1. And you know how, like, when we have our musicians make music and put it on iTunes, you want to feel a bit of Ghanaian elements in there.
Yeah.
So as far as this is a racing game, and elements of transportation that resonate very well with us in the part of our world, is our taxis and our trotters, as well as the Abubuya. And I decided to put it in there, try my very best to put in some landmarks and see how best people can relate to it and see if they can recognize any of them. And I put it out there, and this was the response.
How long did it take you to develop this game?
I think it should have been shorter if I had all the skill, if I was very good at game development. But it took me 18 to 22 months.
18 to 22 months?
Yes.
So you started developing this game sometime back in 2018?
Yes, about 2 years, and then COVID happened, and I had time.
Oh.
Yes. So COVID happened, I had time, and I'm like, let me just finish this. And
how challenging is it to develop a video game? We're going to be talking the numbers later on, but how easy, let me say, how easy is it to develop a video game?
It's not that easy.
Okay.
I mean, because I am mainly an app developer.
Okay.
For the program I develop, which is for Android, I use the Java programming language.
Okay.
But for game development, the engine you use is Unity, and Unity works with C#.
Okay.
So you have to learn C# to develop a game. So if you don't have the skills that you have to try, and if you need help, you need to ask for help. For graphic designers to design locations, and if they're too expensive, You have to make them start, and then you have to take it on and then finish. And if you're stuck, you have to go back and forth. So it's not easy at all.
So the different elements, you just mentioned graphic designers here.
Yes.
So the different elements that played a role in the creating process.
Yes.
You needed a graphic designer.
Yes.
How easy was it to work around with them? What else did you need, to be able to produce this eventually?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy at all. So if you think they're too expensive and you think that you can take some of the task on, you have to do that. I needed music as well, so you have to get, sound engineers and musicians to see if you can put the music in there. Mountain of billboards, you wanted to find out if there were any, brands that, would want to partner with you so that you can make some money of it. And then, generate revenue and all that
Talking
stuff.
to music, so you had to get someone to create your own music, so you avoid, or did you have to, download existing?
No, so a friend of mine who did some beats, I just spoke to him, and then he wasn't in the country, so we had to go on Zoom and then go through his catalog and playlist and then pick and then test and a few things. So yeah.
18 months to
18
produce
months.
this video
Yeah,
game.
18 to 20.
Now, do you feel all the sweat that has gone into it and the feedback you're getting now, was it worth it?
It was worth it. Realistically, I didn't expect this at all. I did. If you check on any of my pages, I didn't post it on any of my pages.
Yeah, I was wondering.
It was my friends and my family. They were the ones who leaked it out, and then it went viral.
Wow.
Because I wasn't confident about my work. I felt like there were a few things I needed to do.
Good. I saw that article as when I was reading that you weren't confident about the
Yeah,
work.
I wasn't.
What was drawing you back in actually launching this
Well,
game?
I think that when it comes to game development, it is not very easy. If it was music, songs that were done decades ago still slap today. Movies, Godfather, you can still watch Home Alone every Christmas. When it comes to game development, Atari graphics back in the day, you can't use it. GameCube graphics, you can't use it. It has to be of a certain quality because of the kind of games on the market. So even though I got very good graphics, it was more about, am I trying to, I'm putting this on Play Store when there are games like Asphalt or Need for Speed. How are people going to respond after you've played Asphalt for all these years? And then, I don't know if you've seen Asphalt 9 now.
No, not 9.
You should see it. It is on a different level.
Oh,
so,
you're just wetting my finger.
So thinking that, putting this out there, am I trying to compete, and how people respond and receive it? But I guess that the Ghanaian element is what made the...
so the feedback has been impressive.
It has been. The downloads have been impressive as well.
Talking downloads, let's move into business. Is it something that looks lucrative?
Yes. The downloads, that is how it would get there. Generally, when it comes to ad revenue, Google Ads, they have a threshold. For our part of the world in Middle East, where I don't know if you go on YouTube when you see those ads that run. Not a lot of us see those ads and click on them. So when it comes to the eCPM, which is the cost per impression that they give us, Africa is not so high there because the people in the US or in the UK usually spend on ads that they see. So they get between like $2 to $4 for every 1,000 impressions that they see. But for us, that's about 40 to 80 cents. So you have to get a lot of downloads. And even if you get a lot of downloads, where are your highest downloads coming from? Is it Africa or US? And things like that. And that is what would then inform how much you would make.
Still staying on the business or drifting off a little bit. So how do people get access to this game? What platforms are they on?
It's on Android and it's on Android and iOS.
Currently?
Yes, both of them.
Is it applicable? Can I get a phone version too?
Yes, it is on phone.
It's on phone?
You can download it right now and then play it.
And what about on web? Is it possible?
It's not on web.
It's not on web yet?
It's not on web.
Is there a difficulty getting it on web to have the, that experience or?
It's actually easier on web, but more phones and they're more portable, and it's better to have them on you than having to make you type www.rwc go. Yeah.
How do you intend to make money from this?
So I have ads running in mine, as well as in-app purchases.
Okay.
But then the plan is that hopefully there will be partnerships where people will come on board and see that there is potential in this, because the downloads have been insane.
How many downloads do you have now?
In about a week, I have 32,000 downloads on Android.
Ooh.
And iOS.
Have you tried any other app, developing other apps on the platform before?
Yes.
And have you gotten to
No.
Which apps were those?
Okay, so there's an app I'm about to release now that this has done well, where I'm trying to break a world record with it. So give me a couple of days and then we'll do it. It's called It has to do with, okay, so let me just tease it.
Please.
The social distancing treasure hunt. So give me a couple of days and I'll put that out there.
Can I push you to give us a little insight into what this app
so
does?
basically, because it's social distancing, you don't have people going around looking for clues. So just a mobile app where you scan QR codes hidden all over social media, and it would reveal clues that would lead you to other clues and lead you to other clues. So something like that. But then obviously we need sponsorship and people to come on board to make that happen.
Hey, I mean, just like 5% in there for this laugh wouldn't hurt to fly. I mean, hey, I just want to put my leg in there before he gets there, right? You see, wow, interesting. So over 32,000 downloads so far.
For Android.
On Android.
And then iOS 21,000. So that's more than 50,000 downloads.
Why do you think people are going in for this?
I think that the fact that this was done here, and also this has become sort of like a Ghanaian project. People are putting in their feedback. I rolled out some updates, 14 updates, within about 5 days after I put out the game, because people suggested certain things they wanted, so I had to immediately put it out there. So I did an update where I put stickers behind the taxi that said, "The past is not the present."
Oh yes, how could we have lost that?
I know. Yes. So there are certain things, and then some guys, we had to put their music in there as well to represent that this is Ghanaian, and also to help young talents that are coming out as well. So this is like the opportunities are endless. There are billboards, you can brand cars. I feel like it's not a Ghanaian project where we all can just come on board. Hopefully, if anyone has links with Kantanka, we can put Kantanka cars in there racing against some of the fastest and fanciest
That
cars.
brings to mind, did you have any issues on copyright when you have to use some of the things in there, the car modules and all that?
So what happened was that because of copyright issues, all the cars you see are not cars that really exist on the road.
Okay.
They look like, but they're not exactly it, just to be on the safe side and not have to deal with legal issues later.
Well, that is very interesting. Now, there are also other video gamers out there who are, or app developers who are also developing games, are not getting they are also adding the Ghanaian elements to it. Is it that because it's racing that you think has gotten people excited about it? Because I know there are so many other Ghanaian video games out there.
I think that with mine...
And why did you choose racing?
For me, it seemed like the obvious and easiest thing that seemed like, because generally when it comes to video gaming, I think that people have the perception that video gaming is just a pastime where people, when people just have free time, just want to like, spend time and I'm just going to play a game and things like that. But it's a whole business on its own. The industry generates $10 billion monthly all across the globe.
Wow.
It sells tickets, sneakers, cars all across the world. So it's like a whole business on itself. It's a multinational basically, because once I launch it here, it's everywhere in the world. So it's just a means of being able to brand yourself and put yourself out there. But I think that maybe the reason why this did well was because people felt people could see themselves in it, and
they
also
could relate.
Yes, and also people could find ways where they could contribute, as well as share their ideas as to what they think could be better, as against others who are a lot more professional than I am, where it's like the game is done and it's like I don't know what I can fix, but mine is like, yeah, this is good, there's potential, and if you did this or if you fix this, we could get there.
The video game industry, it's a booming industry globally, but I mean in Ghana, I don't want to cut out Ghana because there are a lot of kids that have got access to video games. They play. Have you had any negative feedback on maybe parental restrictions, given say those kind of things that our parents will say? I mean, for you to have a video game, they'll give you limited time to play because they feel too much of it is bad. Have you had any feedback of such sort?
No, I think that the game was done in a way on Android. The limit is 3 years upwards.
Okay.
And iOS is 4 years upwards. I made it in the way that it won't be, even when the cars crash, it is not violent in a way that children cannot play it. I haven't had any feedback from parents who, in that regard. Yeah.
Well, we're still trying to get our feedback and get our feed live on TV so you can have an experience of how the game is like. Well, it's on our laptop here, but soon you should see it on your screen. We're working on that as we speak. What is the future of this like as well, this particular game? What are you looking at, in terms of business, plans you put it in place, strategy? The ones you can share, obviously.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Obviously, I'm looking for partnership. People who want to come on board to make this a reality. Ghanaians on Twitter have given their opinion. Also, when people go review, they put a lot of feedback in there. in a little over a month, the game is going to look totally different.
Wow.
I have like a full team on board. We're making sure.
So this team was developed based on
the feedback. Exactly. Where we are going to go to the locations, go to a brief. You know, people were giving feedback that some of the routes are a bit too straight. So we are going to look at some of our very windy and bendy roads in Accra. We'll go to a brewery, just take a video of how the road is like, you know, try and put a brewery in the game.
So how do you do that? I mean,
so it's Google Maps, videos and pictures. So that is all that you need. And then you mold it.
And you mold it.
And also, most of them, you know, they're templates that the game engine gives you. So you just have to find ways to incorporate what you want into the templates, and you definitely have something.
Look, education is key at this point in time. Kids are home trying to find ways to learn. Is there any anything that you feel personally kids can benefit off the video game?
Yes.
Is there anything you feel it teaches them? To crash?
No, you see, I think that there's this sense of keeping you very sharp and alert, and it's a sense of, like, you know, it sharpens your brain. You know, knowing that you have to keep on a particular, you know, road and being in a particular direction, making sure that you are maneuvering and, you know, dodging obstacles. It just keeps you very, like, alert and sharp. And I think that is usually what happens. The only thing about video gaming is that sometimes it can get addictive, and that's where the problem is. But on the whole, I don't know if you meet gamers, they're very, like, smart and sharp kids who usually play video games. So I think with everything, you just have to do it in moderation.
Denasto, how do you feel? Now I'm going to come to your personal life.
Yes.
How do you feel now?
It's overwhelming. The attention has been overwhelming. I am not a very public person, so...
Well, I can tell,
I'm not a very public person, so I've had to do a lot of these and interviews and do a lot of speaking. So it hasn't really been... It's been overwhelming, but at least... this is bringing attention to the game and to this.
Has this changed your work, your career plan, goals, objectives, what you wanted to do at first, where you find yourself?
I'm sure that my employers are watching right now, so no, I intend.
You are still there. Yeah, he's coming back to work, guaranteed.
Not exactly. I think that. I've always been a person who's enjoyed being busy. I think that this only has brought me, you know, to the realization that this thing I thought was a hobby can't necessarily be a hobby anymore. I have to find means and ways of, you know, making this into exactly what it has to be. People are looking up to me now because they've given their suggestions, so I have to do everything in my power to make sure that this game needs to be at the level that Ghanaians approve of, because whether I like it or not, this is representing us on the international market.
Is there an industry for you app developers? Is there an industry?
There is.
And what kind of support does the industry give you, or any association?
There is. I found out after I put my game out that,
interesting.
that there are groups of people that collaborate and share ideas, and, you know, when, like, you're testing games and you probably get to a level, they just, like, let each other know, and then if there are things that need to be added, or when, like, you're coding and, like, you're not able to, like, compile or things like that, or the app is not running, where you can take a screenshot of your code and then post it, and people would, like, you know, share their comments on things like that. So yes, there is a community.
Well, if you just joined us, we're talking to Denasto. Denasto has developed this video game. It's called RWC. That's Roadworthy Certification. I love the name already. How did you come about that name?
You know, 2 years, you go to a lot of names.
Which were some of the other names that came up, if you remember?
I don't remember. There was one I went to, like, Thomas Station.
Oh, yeah?
I tried a few. I can't remember.
Roadworthy Certification. Now, this game is available on Google and iOS as well, all the Play Stores. You can go on there and type RWC, right?
RWC Racing.
Yes, RWC Racing, and try it for yourself. For those of you who got your smartphones and have got access to internet as well, just make the download happen for you and check it out. He's my guest this morning on Bits and Bytes. We're talking about how he came about this idea, what inspired him, and of course, where he's headed to with this video game. Now, the unique thing about the game is that it has very local things you can relate to. It's a racing game, so you can see a taxi in there, Abubuya is in there, Totoro is in there. All these, are they also causing the same confusion sometimes?
The trotro is chaotic in the game. The trotro is chaotic in the game. It has its mind of its own. It just goes wherever it goes and it's very fast and it just causes chaos on the road and crashes.
Okay, yeah. So coming to the characteristics of the you know, some of the brands in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the trotro, like you're saying, run me through again.
It is chaotic. It runs through anything and doesn't obey. It doesn't really care where you are. It just run into you and just play you off the road and things like that.
Which other one is available?
The taxi.
The taxi.
The boboya.
Okay, what about the taxi? What does it do? Has it got any unique?
Oh, not necessarily. That's the first vehicle, so it has a limit to just steady, just drives through and things like that. The boboya is an boboya, and actually works like that. If you try to use the nitro, because it's a light stick, it will just fly out.
Oh, it gets lighter
because the engine doesn't have a very heavy engine, and that's how it's built. So try to make it as realistic as possible.
Okay, so these are the 3 different cars you can use in there.
But then there are other fancy cars for people who want to try and just go insane on the road and just fly through.
Like which one would that be?
Because they're not copyright cars, but some of them look like Mustangs, some of them look like Bugattis, some of them look like Ferraris and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm being told I have someone on the line now. Who would that be? Hello? Hello? Okay, so just hold on for a few seconds. In the interest of time, I'm going to switch over to Nigeria and walk a little bit away from our video game and talk to Yemi Alade because of our time constraints. We'll fit this real quickly in there. So during our What's Trending, I did tell you that Yemi Alade has come up with a brand new song titled Boys. There's a lot to talk about this song as well. Yemi, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. And you?
Oh, well, I'm great. Well, so the last time we ever caught up, I think, was in California during the BET Awards. Yes, I do remember. And honestly, you were looking bright and stunning as ever. Congratulations on your career, I must say. Well done.
Thank you.
Ghana loves
you. It's been a long journey, but we're here.
I know, yes, long journey. So tell me about this brand new song that you have as well. I'm sure there's a video to the song as well, right?
Of course, yes. Okay, so this song literally is inspired by people like you, the media, when you're always asking me personal questions. What kind of guy do I like? Da 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 da. And I decided to put this in a song.
Okay.
You know, and I didn't only talk about the kind of guy I like. I also spoke about. I decided to represent, ladies as well, and put in a few things that are on the checklist of prospective, ladies. And also a few hints of the type of lady you need to be. You can't just be calling shots up and down if you're not short-worthy.
Okay, well, so Yemi, what is your kind of guy then, as described in this music?
Oh, well, a lot of brains.
Okay,
so
obviously.
You can have a good conversation with. I'll just tell you two so that you can go and listen to the rest of the song.
Yeah.
Physically fit, very important.
Physically fit. Now, you've got my team in here. The guys are just behind the camera and they're, flexing their muscles and they're saying that they fall into the category. Physically fit and they got the brains as well. Is there a video to this song?
Yes, there is. There's
Tell me about this video.
It's almost about 1 million views right now. We're approaching the 1 million mark. It's been a few days now that it's been out.
Wow. Tell me about the video. What am I going to see in there before I go check it out? Hello?
Well.
Okay.
I'm going to say one thing.
Tell me.
I would say that the roles were switched a bit. So you know how normally ladies, this time around, myself and my sister, Shei, who's an artist in Nigeria.
Okay.
We decided to go manhunting.
Okay. Oh, I'm losing my feed there. Hello?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. So you and Shay decided to go manhunting?
Kind of, something like that. We were just chilling and we decided to do what the guys do.
Interesting. We're going to check out the video as well. We're going to play first time on our screens here as well. But let me say congratulations. Well done. I'm sure the song is doing very well for you as well.
Yes. I'm super excited by the response. All over the world, I've been receiving different videos from as far as Brazil to here in Africa, Uganda. And now I'm here speaking to you on TV in Ghana, all the way from Nigeria. And
wow.
It's a great time to be able to still interact and communicate despite, the restrictions on movement and, the health.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that and how coronavirus, did it affect your promotion or anything, production in any way as well?
Well, I would just say the only thing that is pretty much very different is that I might not physically be able to come visit you right now and, have a proper interview. But this time around, I get to do more things online. I think everything is now online, and it's not so bad, is it?
I like that. Yemi, you are loved by Ghanaians. Well done. And I wanted to ask you as well. Yes, real quickly. In one of your very first videos, I think Johnny, you danced so well. It was so good. Is the energy level the same with Yemi now? Fitness, you mentioned that when we're talking.
My brother, you don't know what's happening. You see, once this quarantine is over, another level of energy will be exuding. Look, I've been spending 2 hours. Normally, I spend like 45 minutes working out.
Wow.
Now I spend about 2 hours working out. Look, once this quarantine, everything is over, something's about to happen. I might come to Ghana and throw even a free concert. I don't know. But like the energy, it reached me here.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that. Great energy from you, Yemi. We love you so much. Thank you very much for joining us on the show this morning. Now we're going to play the video and check out the manhunting skill that you and Shay Shay took on. Thank you.
Boys, 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 boys. Me, I like boys on the low. Booty back boys where they go. I like it boy where we bro. When they give me hot when you go. We on the road with the finest. All the boys they behind us. Too much glow when they bang them. We are feeling me say if you no get any sense, Sarah. You get the big chest, now the kind thing that we need, So we go mash it up, mash it up. Man tonight we'll be loving up, loving up. We know they fail, we'll be burning up, burning up. One tonight we'll be living up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Boys, Yemi, boys, you got us right there, boys. New national anthem. I like it. Hey, before I love it. I love that jam. Wonderful. Well done. No wonder why it's hitting over 1 million. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yes, we're heading there.
Yes,
soon. In
definitely.
I think after this TV show, it should be about exactly 1 million.
Thank you very much. We are grateful to add to your numbers. Before you go, what will be that last message you want to share to the fans who are watching the show right now?
I would say that in as much as the times that we're living in are about a bit strange, quite different. See my brother right now wearing a face mask because he's at work. I'm at home actually. But it's important that we stay safe
Yeah.
And we make sure that the people around us are safe as well. Let's wear our face masks. Let's do what we need to do to stay safe, so that all these months of staying at home will not be in vain, if you know what I mean. So we can see the better side of life. Also, I want to thank everyone who is a fan of the Yemi Alade brand for being there with me and for me. I can't wait to, come to Ghana and actually perform. It's been a long minute. Also, watch out for my performance on Global Citizen in a few days. So
fantastic.
It's gonna be electrifying, Charlie.
Yeah.
I need a Ghanaian name, don't you think?
Yeah, I should give you a Ghanaian. Maybe Pokua, or you look like a Pokua or a Mami.
Give me one from the part of Ghana where they have the big bone.
Okay, wait. Which day were you born?
Okay, I don't know what day I was born. I just know that it was March 13th.
March 13th. Okay. Well, this is not. It is some way to ask a lady her age, so I'll stay away from the age. But I'll do my own background checks. But for today, I will call you Pokua. That'll be your name. That'll be your name. What does that mean? Pokua Alade.
Whoa, I like the sound of that. What does that mean?
Don't ask me. Don't ask. I'm on national television. I have no idea what Pokua means.
Kale, I'm rejecting your name for now. When I find the meaning, I will accept it.
5 minutes away. Yemi, thank you so very much for joining us this morning. We are so excited, and all the best with the song Boys and its promotion as well. May it go global. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Whew. All right, so we've been talking to Yemi Alade, and don't forget the show is proudly brought to you by Fan Milk, and Fan Milk has got great news for us this morning. Don't forget that you can just sit at home and, place an order for Fan Milk to be brought to your home. It's as easy as ABC. Just dial 055-176-7676, and guess what? You can get some Fan Milk to your home, but you must be living in Accra, in Kaswa, or in Tema for this to happen for you. It's a start off, and I'm very sure later on, as the days come by, it would expand into your region as well. But only if you are ordering more than 20 Ghana cedis. We're taking a quick break. I'd love to play that Yemi Alade video again. Let's check it out whilst we get our stuff ready to show you and give you a first-hand experience on how this game developed by Denasto, aka RWC, is like.
To all our emergency doctors, you never know who is walking through those doors, but you tend to everybody without fear.
The staff of Noguchi, Kolebu, KCCR, and all other testing centers. Where would we be without you?
We know some of you have been badly affected by this virus, yet you defy the fear of the unknown to fight against this virus on our behalf.
You have been awesome in these trying times. You put your lives on the line every day.
We feel safe because we know you are there. We really, really do appreciate you all. And what we can say at this moment is thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Akbenami. That's all we can say.
In the depths of the disruptions, anxiety, and even the tragedies, our collective human spirit, our courage, that hope for a brighter tomorrow, strengthening us as a people with a commitment to wash our hands with soap and running water, sanitize our hands, and wear masks. Most importantly, we must help the needy to wear masks too. Support the Mask for All initiative now. Call 0595-851-160 and donate masks for the needy. This campaign is brought to you by a coalition of event managers and suppliers, supported by Accra Metropolitan Assembly and the Creative Arts Council. Media partner is the Multimedia Group. Masks for All. Protect you, save all.
A loving son.
Guess who's home?
An adoring daughter. Two families. At war.
Never you refer to me
decides to sell his business. But there is a snag.
What are you doing in my office?
A past betrayal has sent these two families on a warpath.
We have not seen each other in 20 years.
What's going on?
Now, their children's love draws back the agony of the past.
I do not want to ever see you with my daughter ever again.
So you went to see her?
Nobody went to see anyone. Where are you going?
To see her.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
No training, no amount of preparation can get any professional ready for this kind of pandemic.
We feel safe because you know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
I want to say thank you to the first responders and the ambulance crew rushing to situations unknown.
The call center operatives who stay on the other end of the phone lines.